Mr. Speaker, the federal government is at war with the states over illegal entry. There's a real problem in this country. Millions of people are living here illegally and more illegally cross into America every day. Schools, hospitals, and the justice system are burdened with the cost of supporting illegals who do not contribute to our system. They reap the benefits and services off the backs of American citizens and legal immigrants. 27% of the people in U.S. prisons are illegals. In the border counties in Texas, according to the border sheriffs, over 30% of the people in those jails are foreign nationals. All of this costs money. The safety of our citizens is also at risk, but the federal government chooses not to adequately enforce the law. The federal government is focused more on finding reasons why the law of the land should not be enforced. Case in point, the 20-point memo released this summer by ICE listed the criteria for illegal migrants who have been detained but should not be deported. In other words, let them go. As a result of Washington's inaction, several states have been burdened with the cost of illegal entry, from health care to incarceration costs. Arizona, South Carolina, Utah, Georgia, and Indiana have been forced to do the job the federal government just won't do: protect the citizens from the costs of unlawful entry into America. Arizona implemented a law that requires authorities to check the immigration status of anyone who is already legally detained for some offense, and when there is reasonable suspicion the person is in the country illegally. But the administration says not so fast. Immigration enforcement is their job. They just refuse to do it. It also seems the government is more interested in smuggling guns to Mexico under the botched Operation Fast and Furious than it is preventing smuggling of people and drugs into the United States. Now the Department of Justice has gone into the business of using taxpayer dollars to actually sue states for doing the job the government won't do. Yesterday, the Supreme Court agreed to hear the case of Arizona versus the United States. Governor Brewer of Arizona has said, quote, "Arizona and its people suffer from a serious problem without any realistic tools for addressing it." The federal government leaves states with no other choice than to do the job the federal government refuses to do. If Arizona is not allowed to enforce immigration laws, and the federal government does not enforce immigration laws, then Arizona and other states will continue on a dangerous path to becoming a lawless territories with rampant illegal entry. Ignoring laws and open-door policies will only entice more people to come to this country illegally instead of using the front door. Now, I fully support legal entry into America. My staff spends a lot of time helping people come to the United States legally. And the immigration model we have is a mess and needs to be streamlined and more efficient. But people should come here the right way or don't come at all. After all, it is the law. But the defiant Attorney General has made it clear that he will continue his crusade against the states who try to crack down on illegal entry. Why? Because they want to uphold the law. Meanwhile, sanctuary cities get a pass from the federal government for ignoring the law. We hear the rhetoric that illegals are here to do the jobs Americans won't do. Now state after state are getting sued for doing a job the American government won't do: protecting the security of the nation and enforcing the law. Arizona had to enact this law to protect itself because the federal government doesn't adequately secure the border. Time for Washington to stop its war on the states and join with the states in enforcing the law of the land. Hopefully, the Supreme Court will rule the Arizona law to be constitutional. And that's just the way it is.